I'm trying to do that. Not yet. I'm trying to do not that one. I'm trying to pin that one. Music. What is do that? I bet he right now. Trying to add Jersey right now. Hold on. Watch out. Go live. We in the building, bro.
So I'm trying to fix my lighting,
Yeah,
because you got you got supreme lighting right now. So I'm trying to adjust this thing.
for
Yeah.
sure. I had to go get me a ring light. You know how that goes.
Yeah, you got the ring light. I got the ring light, man. So I'm adjusting as much.
Right there.
I'm not too dark right now. You can see me. I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We here. Hold on, let me fix that.
Yeah, we're gonna give some time for people to
Like,
come in.
all right, we're gonna fix the light a little bit.
Okay.
Catch a little vibe early. What you up to? What you got going on?
Hey, I'm on the sticks right now, bro. You know. I'm on the sticks right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you heard.
Get ready for this new song, man. You know.
Hey, that's vibes. What up, Slurry? What up, Slurry TV? I see you, my guy. What's going on? What's going on? We here. We
Just
here.
and hustling, bro, trying to make moves, staying out the way, but staying busy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to balance, you know, my work career with, you know, the music passion and family and just juggling everything outside of music, just real life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out to my boy Uzo in the building. Show him some love, Uzo. Um, but yeah, man, just really trying to like just level this thing up. You know what I'm saying? Me and you are both
Bro,
artists.
you got look. You got an interview mode. Look, we shooting shit right now. You got mad serious. You was like, yeah, I want to thank my mom and my listen. Nah, what's going on? Like,
Man, listen,
what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
hit me with the questions, man. Hit me with the, you know, I'm a little, like, you know, I'm like a deer in headlights right
Yeah,
now.
you came in real serious. He was like, yeah, I just want to thank my family. I'm like, bro, we you came in real like.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about the current state of music right now? Since we going at it, like, how do you feel about it?
So we got to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like what genre? Are you talking about the whole?
Bro, when I say music, you're an African artist. African artists are doing everything. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the current state of music? And then I'm gonna ask you how do you feel about the current state of Afrobeats. So
Right.
it's a two-part question. You try to you want to come hoop and you trying to skip questions like like what's up?
I think the state of music, man, it's a great thing to witness what's been going on as far as Afro beats being a genre that's always existed, just kind of getting the recognition, worldwide recognition. You know, it's always been fire, it's always been hot, you know, but it's always been a situation of exposure, you know. So now you saw the track with Fireboy, Madonna, you saw the track with Fireboy and Ed Sheeran, you know, so Wizkid and you know his mood song with Buju and just the Esther song with Tim. So it's getting a lot of international love and recognition. You know, so it's exciting for us. You know, new artists who are trying to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Besides the status quo. You know what I'm saying? Who are authentically African, Nigerian. You know, just trying to make a breakthrough on that stratosphere, man. So It comes with its ups and downs, man. But you know, we in it for the long run. You know how that
All
goes.
right, hold on. Listen, if people, people want to know what the downs are. So, what are the downs? It's easy to talk about the ups. Ooh.
All right,
Yeah,
so
like you came in, you came in. This is you was like, yeah, it comes with the ups and downs. Now, what's the downs? Like we could talk about the ups. We got all time for the ups. But what's the downs? What's the
so
downs?
so the downs is let's talk about the finances. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no label pushing me. Like last year, I spent a good amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Just investing in myself. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, I'm in a position where I have a good job to you know to funnel into that passion. You know what I'm saying? So um, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of people don't tend to take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to really support you until whoever out there supports you. A prophet is without honor in his hometown, pretty much. You know
Okay, so I wanna dig on that. So, how important do you think capital is for for an
what
artist?
say it again.
How important do you think capital is for an artist?
Okay, define capital.
Like finances, like as a business, right? You have capital, and capital is what you use to navigate and move from step one to step two, right? So
So,
when I say like how important do you think capital is for an artist who's trying to break through? Like
yeah,
how important is that?
I
Especially
mean,
if you
it's the heart. I mean, it's the heart of it. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, why would somebody else who may see potential in you try to invest in you as an artist? Like, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have to spend money to develop, to get in certain rooms, to get into certain relationships, to get into certain conversations. You know what I'm saying? So like, capital is critical. You know, and capital is necessary to jump over that, to expand. You know what I'm saying? To get a new audience, to go to festivals, you know what I'm saying, to get on the radio, to pay for features, you know what I'm saying, to pay for production. Like people don't even think about that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So at the heart, if there's no capital, you're really wasting your time. You might as well be a SoundCloud artist or a SoundCloud rapper. And this is conversation I
Yes,
have.
oh, you imagine being a SoundCloud guy and watching this interview, or just watching this violence. Just imagine you're at home, you're on your
Yeah,
SoundCloud, the cloud is sounding with you, and this guy comes and says, if you ain't putting no cap on, son, you a SoundCloud nigga. Bro. You're in the SoundCloud niggas' feelings right now, bro.
man, no shade,
Like,
no shade. I'm just saying that like it's a difference between SoundCloud and get your, you know, when we start talking about ASCAPs, you know what I'm saying? It's a huge difference between those, you know what I'm saying? So you're not considered a real artist. And this is something that somebody told me. You're not considered a real artist until you have publishing, until you have an ASCAP, until you have those critical elements, you know what I'm saying? So
okay, so I want to switch gears a little bit, right? So we're talking about the financials, X, Y, and Z, but when I ask the downs, right?
yeah,
Break down the downs, maybe what you experienced as an artist from a mental standpoint or an adversity standpoint, right? Like for people who are watching in the crowd, what advice would you give for somebody who's going through adversity, you know what I'm saying, and like how they should navigate that? Because we can talk violence about SoundCloud niggas all day, right? But especially like being Afro niggas, right? Like what challenges do you see like that's in our genre as Afrobeat artists? Like what challenges do you think that's there from a mental standpoint? Let's remove the finances, right? Let's talk
I,
about the mental and the adversity piece.
um, I'm gonna tell you one of my biggest struggles. You know what I'm saying? I think we've had a conversation about this. One of my biggest struggles is that even though I was born overseas, I was born in Nigeria. I came to the States when I was 5 years old. You know, and this might sound real crazy, but I'm just being completely transparent. You know, to everybody on this live. I've always felt like an outcast. I've always felt like uh, I'm not African enough, but at the same time, I'm not American enough. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And mentally, like the battle is really in here. You know what I'm saying? It's thinking how people perceive you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you feel like, and I'm talking about adversities right here. Especially when you feel like the people or the persons or certain people you have in mind who you would think off rip will just really be there for you, doing this for you, doing that for you. Especially when that's absent. You know. And one of the biggest things I've learned in this journey is that when you expect things from people, you're gonna prepare yourself for failure. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owes me anything. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just gotta stay consistent. I gotta stick to the work ethic, man, because at the end of the day, it's the turtle that wins the race. It's the one that is consistent, the one that keeps applying pressure, the one that keeps on persevering to the end, you know? So for me, like, I do have my down days. Like, I do have my, you know, my days where I'm like, dang, like, why isn't this doing this? Why isn't this video doing this on YouTube? Why isn't, you know what I'm saying? It's, and then you get caught up in the numbers, and you get caught, and then you lose focus of why it is that you're doing what you're doing, you know?
So I wanted to add on to that, right? I had this conversation a while ago, and the big takeaway was that innovation is a lonely place.
Right.
I'll break it down to you. Innovation is lonely because when you're given the vision is what's given to you. That's what God gives you. You have the vision yourself, and you have to see that vision through. And everyone's not going to understand your vision. People will understand the product that comes after you execute at a high level. So I'll say it again. People won't understand your vision, but they'll understand the product once you execute at a high level. And so, you know, if you decide to, you know, to see the vision through and actually execute, that's what gets worshipped. You know, we celebrate the product, we celebrate execution. We don't celebrate the vision, right? You know, we don't celebrate the process. If we celebrated the process, niggas would get awards for just going through the process. You know, like it's like being in school, right? And you know, back in school in Nigeria, you know, they would always give out awards for first, second, and third, right? Probably just primary school kind of thing. You get, you know, and in primary school, you know, it's like if you score first, if you score second, you score third, you go and get an award. There, hand this guy, you know. But if you were in the first three, no awards, right? And so now you're just by yourself, like holding your hand, like shit, you know what I'm saying? And so it's in that moment I realized that people will always celebrate the end. They're always going to celebrate you at the end. They're always going to celebrate the product. They may not celebrate the process. And so if you got the vision, you got to see the vision through, right? Because if you don't see the vision through, it just becomes one of those conversations like, yo, back in the day, I had a chance to do this, or I was one of those guys who could have done this, or who could have done X, Y, and Z. But because you didn't see the vision through, because you didn't see the process through, there's nothing to celebrate. And so that's why I said, like, innovation is always a super lonely place. Like, you're always going to be lonely when you're the first one to think of something, when you're trying to innovate. But once you execute, once you cross the finish line, oh, everybody's there. Like, oh, I already knew you could do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's to your point. Like, you know, it does get challenging because you're navigating between two different worlds, and everyone's story is completely different from another, right? You know, and so speaking of navigating between two different worlds, you know, I'm gonna break the news right now. I know you got a record with Buju coming up, you know, and you know, you guys are both Nigerian artists, right? You know, you're here in the States. He's in Nigeria, you know, so that's kind of like bridging that gap between two different audiences in real time and connecting to people, right? So, what went through your head when you were making that record? And you're like, yo, I gotta call up Buju. He got to be on this record. Like, what went through your head?
What went through my head first thing is I hope the dude liked the song. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's keep it a band. If you don't like a song, you like it's gonna change the whole dynamic of delivery of if you want to even do the song. You know, so that was my first, and I'm like, dude, I hope this is good enough for him. You know what I'm saying?
So I want you to speak on that. What challenges do you feel like artists go through when it comes to like features? You know, especially like the creative process.
Man, everybody's creative process is different. You know, so
Hey, I'm asking about yours. You talk about everybody. Like, what's yours? You know, like.
So my creative process is okay. Like, I'm thinking about somebody hearing a song on the radio or even like finding it on Spotify. Like the number one thing, especially when I try to do like features, is I want to make sure that my like the hook, that's the most important thing in the song. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's gonna remember the verses. Nobody is gonna remember anything else except the hook. You know, look at TikTok. You know, like they have completely taken, you know, broken records, you know what I'm saying? Because the hook is so wide and it's so catchy. You feel me?
That's facts.
So I think the hook and the melody and the harmony is the biggest thing that is like I gotta put a lot of attention into that, because even if the verses are trash, if the hook is fire, it's gonna carry the song, you know, and that's what people's gonna remember. So yeah.
Now you just, okay. So you know, people here haven't heard the record yet. You know what up, Bonnie? People
What's
here
up,
haven't
Bonnie?
heard the record. They haven't heard the record yet. So let me ask you, how confident are you about the hook of this record? Pop your shit, my nigga. Like, so how confident are you about this record that you got with Buju, right? You know, so you got Buju on the record.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you just talked about how a good song, a fire song, has to have an amazing hook. So how confident are you about the hook?
I am I'm pretty on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably say like an 8.7, you know, close to a 9.
Nah, you gotta pop your shit, bro. You talking about 8.7. If I had a record with Buju, nigga, you talking about, I'm like, nigga, shit's a 20. Fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? We bad out of there. Get in your bag, bro. You played nice. Get in your bag.
You know, but yeah, I think it's a pretty solid hook, man. Like I really feel like it's one of probably my best hooks, you know. Especially with the title of the record, and that being directly tied into the hook, you know, it's like definitely that's the thing that people was definitely remember. You know what I'm saying? You can make, you know, TikToks off of just the hook. You can make memes just off the hook. You know, you can make Twitter stuff just off the hook. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that the catchiness of the hook really breaks the record, especially through TikTok. You see what CK did with his song, and that song had been out like a year prior, and it didn't really blow until a year later. You know what I'm saying? So
so I just made a good comment. I'm gonna pin it actually.
Yeah.
Hold on. How do you pin? How do you pin a comment?
Oh, you press it, and then I think you can.
So it says
I think you can only pin one comment.
Okay. So somebody asked the question, made a statement, said the first 5 seconds are just as important.
Facts. My manager actually told me the same thing. He said you want to capture your audience within that first 5 to 10 seconds. You know.
Is your manager here today? Is he in the crowd?
Yeah. Let me bring him into the chat.
Let's bring him in, because I wanna hear from the horse's mouth, especially with the 5 seconds. You know.
Hey Bonnie, I'm bringing you in, bro. Here we go.
Where's Bonnie at?
Where's Bonnie at?
Hey, Bonnie.
Yo.
That boy was ready. That boy got the light. He got the light skin light. That boy said,
"Let's go."
Yo. Let me get situated. Hold on.
That boy got the lighting quick. He said, "Yeah, I'm being lighter like this." You don't open your eyes. He's young. No, walk out. Look at your life. You know, I bought on the phone and that man. So, please.
Guys, I just got off work, man. But you know, I decided, I gotta pull through.
And you came in son. You really came in the lighting like this. Yo, Royal. This is what he did. Body came like this.
He knew what he was doing, bro. He knew.
Bro, I got good lighting here, bro. Great lighting. What's up with y'all boys, man?
And we just here. You know, we're just talking about life. We're talking about music. You know, and you know, we're diving into the record. But you know, Royal had said something that made sense, and I was like, yo, we're gonna phone a friend. You know, if I knew he was gonna phone a friend with good lighting, I would have actually adjused my lighting to have better lighting.
Oh no, man, great lighting here, baby. Brooklyn now. Come on now.
I'm dead. All right, so Ime, who's in the crowd, she made a great statement. She said, the first 5 seconds of a record extremely important. If not, she's skipping it. So, Bonnie, from your perspective, you know, how do you feel about the first 5 seconds of a record?
Oh no, absolutely. That's very important, because you got to understand, man. Nigerians in general have short attention spans.
Yeah.
Nobody has time like to really sit there and wait a minute for the song to start hitting. You know what I mean? So I always tell Royal, man, whatever hit that you're trying to to actually like brew up, man, it has to be like your head nod has to be within that first 5 to 10 seconds. It has to be, or you lose the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like now we're at a point now where you have what's most popular right now is the Mapiano, like dance, like vibes like that. Like upbeat dancing records right now is kind of the vibe right now. I was actually telling you, Jersey, a few weeks ago, you got people like Joe Boy who switched it up now, where he's doing more like upbeat, you know, with Sit that just came out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my take on that, man. Like first 5 seconds is very important.
Okay, so let's break that down. So what happens when an artist misses the mark on those first 5 to 10 seconds? Like, how do they pay for that? Like, what's the consequence?
I mean, honestly, you lose the crowd. You lose the crowd. You can just at that point, you can just hope that if you have someone featured on it, you just hope that they can really carry the record at that point. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is everyone is not going to remember you from that record. You know, they're always going to remember that person who featured on it. You know, it's kind of like, if everyone hasn't heard, I know you, Jersey, I don't know if you told people like you have your feature for
I mean
Talk, bro. Talk, Jersey.
So if everyone doesn't know, Jersey has a record on, I forgot what's the artist's name?
Hattie Rax. He's under Jim Jones's camp, Vamp Life, you know, those vibes. Yeah.
Hattie Rax.
Yeah.
It's the first track on the record, right?
It's the intro. Yeah.
It's the intro, right? So when I heard it, it caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? Those first 5 seconds, I was like, okay. Yeah. I don't even listen to Patty Rax. After that, let me listen to a few records of the nigga. You know what I'm saying? But what caught my attention was that intro. You know? So that's very important. Like, because if honestly people would have lost, they would have lost you if they didn't really like connect with you on that intro. You know what I'm saying?
I this is where honestly, like, before I even, like, first off, I gotta give a big shout out to Hattie Rax, to the Vamp Life camp, and everybody over there, you know, just for giving me the opportunity to be on that album. You know, so like, this interview is not about me today, but I'm gonna shout out the album. So Hattie Rax has an album that came out in January called Trench Talk. It's under Vamp Life. You know, I'm on the album. Jim Jones is on the album. Casanova, Dave East, Capella Gray. You know, I'm the only Afro nigga on that hip hop album, so you know the vibes. And that's just what we're doing, right? We just branching out and just bringing this whole thing together as a culture. But to add on to to Bonnie's point, you know, I call that you know, music IQ, right? I think having a very high IQ towards a record or towards your album is extremely important. And that's where that chord progression, right? So if you understand the rule of 5 seconds, do you want to make sure that 5 second rule now applies to that first record on your project? If people can tap into that first record of your project, they're most likely going to listen to 3 or 4 more records after that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You know, now, if those first 3 don't connect with people, it's a dub. They're leaving your project alone. It's, you know, it's out of there. You know, but like if they can connect on those first, you know, 3 records, they're locked in. To connect on those first 5 seconds of a record, they're definitely locked in. I think as creatives, the big thing is, you know, you want to make music. You know, you don't, like, we all came from a standpoint back in the days where people cared a lot more about the pen. I still love the pen, but the reality is that the first 5 seconds are extremely important, and the hook is very important. If those first 5 seconds, whether it's the beat and chord progression or the hook is not catchy enough, people won't be tapped into the pen of the record. Yeah. People are not going to tap into the verses because, you know, the hook and the intro of the record didn't do anything. And so that's, to your point, is super important. You can never negate that while you're trying to do the same, while you're trying to put out a record. And, you know, I was privileged to hear the Killaman record by Royal and Buju, you know, and just like the chord progression of that record is crazy. You know what I'm saying? From start to finish, the hook is crazy. Just the contrast of the vocals between Royal and Buju, you know, is amazing. But, you know, I'm talking, this is really you guys. This is you guys' gumbo, right? This is, all right, folks. hindi ko nagwa if I name alone wine, okay with that. Or if uno nabo meditate, uno nabo meditate for the team, you get? So so if I look at that amber for uno nabo name for you guys, when I got those vocals back from Buju, what was your first reaction like as a team?
He's like, yo, he really, really did this. Like, yo, like, he these joints back. And I'm like, bro, like, the vocals, they're here. Like, they're here. They're right here, bro. I was like, yo, he really sent these vocals, bro. And he sent them pretty fast. And that just told me, like, he was probably feeling the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sent that joint back within a week, you know? And he actually did a little bit more than I had asked him to do. So that told me, like, okay, he vibing with this record because I asked him to just give me a verse, but he also gave me pieces of the hook, gave me a little bridge, and I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. He feeling it, you know. So
It's a hit. That's what you talking about. Pop your shit, my boy. You saying it real calm, like.
Yeah.
Nigga, listen. All right. So for you guys who are not familiar with Buju, he used to go by Buju. He is now go by Benson. He was on Wizkid's Made in Lagos album. You know, big mood, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a big mood, you know, you take a ting, you know, vibe with her to that record, like, yeah, you know, wine, pick up, yeah, you know, little vibes like that. You know, he was also on, he's been on so many projects. He's also on a record with Lady Poe, you know, I like the way I'm feeling. So if you like those kind of energies, you like those feel good kind of vibes and energies, you know what I'm saying? That's what these niggas got right here. And that's lyrical and sound audio gold, whatever you want to call it. So y'all playing real humble right now. Can y'all pop y'all shit? Like
I'm gonna say this to you too. And the good thing about honestly when we even got Buju, he's like right now he's had an incredible year.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's at this point he's like if not as of this moment the hottest artist right now.
Hands down.
Because the thing about it, everybody wants Buju in anything. Bro, he's done so many features. It's crazy this year.
It's crazy.
So just that in itself was huge. So to honestly, for him to even do it, was a blessing, to be real, because I mean he's just featured in so many projects. Like hell, I didn't even know if he even had time to even want to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we were definitely like, you know, that's definitely something good to have on a resume. But you know, we're gonna take it for what it is, and we're gonna keep pushing, man.
Facts. And another thing I want to add to what Bunny just said is I've had this record since last June. I've been sitting on this song since last June. So like let that sink in. So I'm like, dude, like we got the record. So like how do we navigate from here? You know, and I knew in my head that it was gonna be difficult as far as like we got something good, you know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that we release it the right way, you know what I'm saying? And last year he had so many features, and I was like, I don't want us to drop the song now and get it caught up in the noise, you know what I'm saying? And it came to a time where Buju stopped taking records because he got a deal with Empire, you know what I'm saying? So he pretty much not taking no more records from like up and coming people, you know what I'm saying? So long story short.
Oh, I'm sorry, Will. Go ahead. I was going to answer a question, but go ahead. Finish up.
No. Go ahead.
So I see some people in the comments having contact with Buju. Okay, no problem. So what if you want to know? I need a fee. Give me a fee. So if anyone wants to know how to get in contact, just follow my IG. DM me. You'll give me a fee. After that, I'll let you know. Don't worry.
Proper Niger guy. That guy.
He said my enemies are after me. Send me some naira. Send me some naira.
I'll give you access. Just give me a fee, and that's it. Nothing is free.
He said it is only fans. This guy's only hands. He said only hands. Only hand me the naira, please. Don't worry.
But what I will say is that it's good to know people and it's good to have a team because I wasn't a connect for that Buju. Like I wasn't a connect. Like you gotta talk to my manager, which is Barney, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to be tied in with people who know how to navigate that industry, you know, because you gotta be a wolf, you know, and I'm a real mellow guy unless you try me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not as aggressive as Bonnie when it comes to like, you know, just that just going out and getting it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, bro, I got to get Bonnie on my team because the dude is a lion when it comes to, he's not afraid to go out there and ask questions.
Bonnie, so Bonnie, are you Simba, Mufasa, or Scar? He called you a lion, so which lion you?
Man, honestly,
That nigga
I
Scar.
feel like I'm Scar in a way because
yeah, that nigga Scar, bro.
like no, for real, man,
He
like,
called you a villain. All right, so why you the villain? Why you the villain, my nigga?
I mean, it's like I know how to play the game with people and I understand how to talk to people, right? So I've just noticed, like, just through the time with Royal, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, it's so crazy because, like, a little background, it really just started me just supporting Royal. Like, didn't ask for nothing, just supporting him as a friend, you know what I mean? It got to the point where I was just supporting him so much, he felt like, yo, you just really need to manage me at this point. And if anyone, I mean, if y'all, like, anyone that knows me, I'm a very, like, upfront. I'm very transparent. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I don't really care about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take it how you want it. It's either, I mean, for me, it's constructive criticism to whomever I'm dealing with. So it just happened where that's how I really just began, you know, being his manager. But yeah, I've just noticed, like, people will try to get over you in this industry, man. Like, they'll try to, you know, because they feel like, oh, you live in America, so we're just gonna try and get more money and stuff. And even even DJs in America too. I mean, that's another story too. But
Hey, hold on, yeah.
You gonna talk about that? You gonna talk about
So don't name no names, but speak your truth, King. You know, just
listen,
get off your chest.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like, DJs. Shit, my fault, guys.
Listen, the way your phone just dropped, we thought that somebody was saying you got yanked up. They're like, like.
My fault. Nah, but DJs in the US it's crazy because it's hard to get support from them, man. It's really hard to get support from them, and it's crazy. Even at times when you do pay them, it's still not those. They're still not pushing it like they should. So it just puts you at a weird place. Like, damn, like, what do I got to do? Like, so I've literally had to, like, I'm talking about, like, really chase some of these DJs down to get his record played. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like, you want them support. You would think they would be supporting, you know, up and coming artist, but it's hard. Like, there's more American DJs supporting some of our upcoming Niger artists.
So let's talk about that. So because you're noticing this thing where it's like, you know, like, especially when it comes to American, like, African DJs, all right? There's this distance. There's this, like, you know what, we're not gonna touch you guys because you guys are not on yet. But then the American DJs is rocking with, right? You saw, like, my situation earlier, bro. Like, son, like, I ain't gonna hold you. My shit, I'm lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean to talk my shit, but I'm fucking lit, bro. Like, I'm on the same album with niggas who I literally admired as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all grew up listening to Dipset, whether he was in Nigeria or here. So to be on the same album with Jim Jones, for me, that's like like, wow, that's life changing. You know what I'm saying? From an understanding standpoint. And, like, who really even, like, discovered me, you know, especially from a New York standpoint in the American market, was Hattie Racks and my guy Monty. You know, they both Harlem and Bronx cats who, like, yo, son, like, we see what you're doing, so let's bring that sauce you got over there and bring it over here. You know what I'm saying? And so to hear you kind of say the same narrative, like, American DJs is really fucking with you at a high level, you know what I'm saying? It makes you sit down, like, keep it there, man. In the mother, in you go down, like, whoa, I get you, we'll take our time. And then you know?
But it's crazy because Niger DJs they'll start to respect you when they see you on a playlist that they don't have a choice but to download because it's in the top 10, top 20. You know what I mean? Or if they see that, oh shit, okay, now this big artist is actually co-signing. And back to that, even these big artists, some of them, it's hard for them to really, like, push a new up and coming artist. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll do a feature, but it's like sometimes it's like, are you really trying to like really push that up and coming artist?
Yeah.
Like anyone, yeah. Don't get me wrong. You can give a new artist, a bar or two and shit. That's cool. But are you trying to see him succeed?
Right.
Like, are you posting? And that's the problem. And that's the one thing I hate, because with American artists, I notice they'll like the Baby. You got him. You got Boozy co-signed him. I mean, the Baby was doing this thing before, but Boozy really like pushed him and got him to another level. You don't see that shit with a lot of Niger artists. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. I feel like that's the problem we have right now, man.
I think to your point, I think if the Afro market in the U.S. is going to develop, right, and be sustainable, right, to be that cross collaboration between the guys back home, the guys in the UK, and the guys here, to really build out a bigger market, and not necessarily just bringing niggas from back home over here, more so like cultivating the talent that live here, like cultivate it, like, because it's like that's how hip hop really did what it needed to do, right? Like hip hop, if you look at, I'd say with Afrobeats, we're in the season that hip hop was in the early 80s right now. We haven't hit the 2000s yet. You know what I'm saying? To where like it was trying to branch out into multiple regions, right? By the time the 2000s came, you had the Southern sound, you had the West Coast sound, the East Coast sound. You know what I'm saying? You had the Midwest sound. I think and just having all those big genres, right? That's only within American hip hop, and then it transferred over to what you here in UK hip hop, with drill and grime, and and I think if Afro beats and even African music takes that approach, was like, all right, Africa is one big ass Atlanta, right, or one big ass New York, or one big ass Cali. This is where the sound is manufactured. Now that we have our ambassadors or our agents in different regions, how do we make sure that each territory builds up? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you build that shit up? Like, so how do you have, like, in the East Coast, how many 10, 20 different Afro niggas who like are getting bubbled up? Same thing, like, in the South, in the Midwest. If you have 60, like, not 40 different acts, let's say 40 acts, right? 40 Afro acts that are homegrown here, and you have that effort holding down home for it. And then you have niggas in the UK and niggas in Nigeria. There's a lot more money to go around. That's bigger concerts, bigger shows, bigger endorsements, big opportunities for everybody to eat. And that's even better for the kids who live in Nigeria as well, because then you can create a pipeline to where it's like, we can get you put on here, we get put on in Lagos, we get put on in London. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that there's endless possibilities if we really drill down and build out that funnel and build that thing out. And I think everyone is going to take a while, right? That's the beautiful thing. To Rose's point earlier, like, he was set on record since June, like, and a lot of niggas would just drop a record without any strategy, without any intention. To be intentional, you say, like, I'm gonna hold on to the record at the right time, and you put on the record now, especially at the height of U.S. and Afro collaborations, right? The timing could have been better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the timing could have been better, because now, your record comes out with Buju, you are a Nigerian American artist. That's just what you are. You know what I mean? But now you put yourself in a situation to where you're able to be that bridge as well. And if we can continue to lay the groundwork for bridges, imagine what happens. Now you got a motherfucking, like, a launch pad, right? You got these really big launch pads in different regions where we can all take off and lift off from. So I think that's just that's just my take on it. To kind of go your point about American DJs, most, even Jesus wasn't accepted back home, Nazareth, until you got popping everywhere, like, wait, Jesus? Man, that nigga Jesus over there? Like, the carpenter's kid? What you talking about? He walking on water? Nah, I knew him for 25 years. He did not, Jesus did not walk on water now. You talk about this guy walking on water. What do you mean? Come on, listen, relax. Relax. I'm telling you, he's walking on water now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, a lot of times people will box you in on a version of themselves, a version that they knew of you from the past, right? And then that's what they want to hold on to. or they'll box you in based off what they think the possibilities are limited at. Those two things. And when you decide to like, nah, fuck that, like, I go hard, I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? You keep going, the whole conversation changes. It's something different now. Now it's like, nah, like, you're not about to box me in. You know, I'm about to really hoop with you. We about to really get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, just overall, like, Royal, I think you're in a great situation right now. Like, especially like as an indie artist, you got a record with Buju, like that nigga lit. He about to have a lit year. You know what I'm saying? And like, you're lit. You know what I mean? And so like, it's just that. It's that thing that regardless of whether the support comes directly from the American market or from the African market or whatever it is, the fact that you are positioning yourself with key figures in history, right? Especially as history is being written in real time. Like you gotta get your flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted this call to really be a focus on your flowers today. Like look, I'm an artist as well, and you know, if y'all follow me, like y'all can go check out my stuff as well. But I really wanted to really focus on how monumental this play is. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is, you know, this is a real like this is because like let's be real, right? Wiz gonna win a Grammy. You know, I'm saying this shit right now. We said this shit right here. Wiz gonna win a Grammy. You know, for Made in Lagos. That means Buju gonna win a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's say by May, a better part of the conversation is like, yo, you had a Grammy award-winning artist on a record with you.
Yeah.
Nigga, you pretty much I might as well call you, you know, Grammy Royal. You know what I'm saying? Royal Grammy. Like you a degree of separation from the Grammys right now. You know what I'm saying? And so all it means is that it's just like you inching. You know what I'm saying? You inching towards greatness. You're not even running no more. Like because the timing could not have been better. You know, and as God blesses him, you're getting blessed as well. So like that's just my take on that. You know.
Facts.
Love, man. That means a lot. And yeah, it kind of puts things in perspective, man. But at the same time, I haven't done nothing yet, you know. So that's just kind of mindset I just try to stay hungry, you know. The beautiful thing about it is that like when I think about it in the grand scheme of things, is like I'm the first artist that he has collaborated with in the United States. Like let that sink in. Like that's crazy. Like. And so I just want to make sure that I match that level of energy and that intensity and just the weight that comes with that, you know. So that's why I'm super grateful I met Bonnie. I'm super grateful I met my Distro Connects, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like each person has played a part in this play, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't have done it, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way I could do that joint on my own, you know. So I'm just grateful for the people I got around me to even make this possible to be a part of it, you know. So we all in this together, man, especially trying to take Afrobeats to the world. So I'm grateful, I'm excited, but we still got a lot of work to do, for real.
Hey, I think that's a great way to end the live, you know. That boy already ready for his award speech. He said, I'm grateful, I'm excited, and wait for it. A lot of work to do. you heard the guy. You heard him. You heard him live and direct. You know, just to add on to what you're saying, bro. Like, smell your own roses, my nigga. You feel me? Like, smell your roses before everybody decides to smell your roses. Right. You know, like for anybody who's gotten to watch Genius, you see like Kanye constantly affirmed himself before the world affirmed him. You know, and that's the thing in this process. You gotta, you know. You have to build this habit of giving yourself roses on a consistent basis before the world does. So that way, even when, regardless of where things are up or down, you still love yourself. As long as you love yourself, you can create amazing things, and the scope of what you can do is limitless. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take. Bonnie, you got any last gems or words you want to drop before we end the call?
Man, honestly, like, I mean, I'll keep it short, man. Like, honestly, like, you just got to be hungry for what you want. Like nothing's going to be given to you. It's just like there's been times I put fire on Royal's ass. Like,
pause, but carry on. Just gotta say pause after that. Just
I mean, but pause. I mean, you already know. But I be out telling, man, you just got to be hungry, and it's gonna come. Like, it's gonna come. It's gonna take time. People might have people that's not gonna believe in what you're doing. fuck them. At the end of the day, you got to keep doing what you know you're bound to be. You're bound to be great. And so that's for anybody and anything that you're doing, man. Like, it's gonna come. Might not come in a month. Might not come in two months. I mean, it's gonna come eventually. So as long as you have that mindset to keep going, like, you're gonna be successful, man.
And one thing I want to add is, one thing I would say is that Bonnie, man, is like, in that music space, he's a different animal. Like, he's a completely different animal. Like, he understands like the aesthetics of the industry, and what's hot, what's not hot, what to look for, what to incorporate, what to do, what not to do. So having him like in my corner, bro, has really helped transform my music. You know what I'm saying? Like my old stuff, I'm this close to deleting all my old stuff off of all platforms, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I listen to some of my old stuff, it'll pop up on Spotify, and I get mad. My stomach just boils.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying,
I'm
once
like,
you put out your
I'm like, I can't delete it though, because people need to understand where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And where I started off. So that's the only reason. But shout out to Bonnie, man. Like he's really like the brains and the CEO behind all that, man. When it comes down to, hey, let's hold off on this. There's a whole bunch of records I got that have been mixed and mastered, ready to go. Bonnie's like, no. So that's a part of it, man. That's a part of, in Jersey, you understand too, bro.
But I mean, but see, I'm gonna say this, and the thing I respect about Royal too is the fact that he's able to take that constructive criticism. Like, a lot of times you have new artists that come out here and they can't take they can't take the truth. If you if you hear if they play a record for someone and the person says, nah, that ain't it, they're gonna take it to heart. And it's like, you're never gonna grow if you can't take constructive criticism. Like, not just Royal. I mean, Jersey, you've sent me a record of yours and I've told you the straight truth about it, So it's just one of those things where you got to be able to take constructive criticism. A lot of people can't do that. And damn, my fault, y'all.
I feel like every time you drop a gem, your phone drops.
I'm really dropping gems.
I need Fred is next to you. I don't know Becky. You know, go behind that guy. Like, okay, oh yeah, God, let's keep going. Go continue.
But yeah, I mean, that's just more of the story. Like, be able to take constructive criticism, like, regardless of what that person might think, it's only gonna make you better, because you're always gonna have that view of your music as being great.
Right.
Someone might have a different view on it. I'm not gonna sit here and, for me, I would be selling myself short if I told them a lie. And I can't do that. I have to tell them the straight truth. But that's just how I operate. But yeah, that's it.
That's facts. Well, I think this has been an amazing conversation, fellas. You been an amazing live. Royal, so what time is this? 9:54. So in 2 hours, your record drops. You know what I'm saying?
Night, Eastern time, midnight.
In 2 hours, the record with Buju drops. Killaman. So you're gonna see all over his page. If you're not following Royal, go follow Royal. Go follow Bonnie. They're lit. You know what I'm saying? This year we're going to get to the bag. Do you get it?
Amen.
This year I'm getting to the bag. Hey, this year I'm getting to the bag. Hey, this year I'm getting to the bag. Get to the bag. Hey, get to the bag. Get to the bag. Hey, get to the bag. Get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. All right, fellas. It's been an amazing time, Royal. You gotta close it out. You gotta hit the X button and be done.
Y'all trying to hear a snippet real quick, or y'all?
Hey, yes, of course. It's like a TV show. You gotta hit niggas with the fade out, like.
Yeah, I'm about to play it real quick. 1 second.
Okay. Load it up.
Quick.
You saw how you see these light skinned guys, man. He said, "You want to play?" He's like, "Yeah, y'all want to see me play it?"
Man, that light.
He got a light. He said, "Y'all want to see me play it?"
That light. It's like sneaky little boys, man.
Here we go.
He was waiting too. I was like, all right, like. You know the movie's about to start. You play with your popcorn. You're like, okay.
Technical difficulty.
What is it doing?
That's the thing. That's the thing about making the light skin face. You gotta time it. You can't just do the.
He over there talking to his sound manager.
Yeah, my sound man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, y'all
Sound man.
Nah, y'all
Audio guy.
Engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, engineer, this guy. Come on.
We're having technical difficulties, so y'all gonna have to just listen to it. Listen, it drops at midnight. The link is gonna be in my bio. Follow me on Spotify and just keep up with your boy, man. We about to do some special things, man. This year.
Sure.
Excited.
Thanks.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Close out. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yo.
All right. Peace.